Hello, my name is John Oliver. I'm going to tell you about the history all the way up until today about moonshine. Um, I'm going to tell you the history first. Uh, it is defined by Oxford English Dictionary as whiskey or other strong alcoholic drink made and sold illegally. The labeling part of it comes from the federal government, so it could get confusing for some people when you walk into the store and you see moonshine being sold. You'd think, hey, they can't do that, that's illegal, and going by the definition here. But the federal government, their labeling standards, they can label it, whatever they want. So if you walk in the store and see moonshine, that's not really moonshine. It's just what they're calling that drink. The name originates from Britain. Back in the 15th century, that's when they the latest records of moonshine was made. Comes from the way they made it. They would make it at night in secrecy, so that they didn't get caught. So they got a lot of their light source from the moonshine down and on them. It's made from anything that's fermentable. Traditionally, the recipe for moonshine is cornmeal, sugar, yeast, water, and malt. It can also be made from any kind of grain that you have. You can add flavors to it. A lot of people, you go out and you'll see peach or apple, whatever, blueberry, strawberry. So you can do a ton of things with the moonshine and the flavoring that they offer. It's made by mixing all the ingredients together. The cornmeal, sugar, water, yeast, and the malt. You mix all those ingredients into a large container. After you mix, you want to move what is now called the mash into a still and leave it to ferment. How quickly the process happens depends on how warm the mash is. The cooler the mash, the longer it'll take for you to get your end product. Once your mash heats up to 173 degrees, it'll start to vaporize, and then vapors will go through a tube or a coil that you have and condensate into another tub that you have sitting there below the tube or the coil, and that condensate is your end product. It'll be a clear liquid that goes into the that second bin that you have or still. Once you get to that part, it is now ready to drink and sell. You can keep that mash that you have in the container that you started with. That is now called slop, and you can just add more sugar, water, malt, and corn to it, and repeat the process. You can do this up to 8 times before replacing the mash. Moonshine in today's world is geared more towards younger people. People want to drink something that's a little bit more authentic and old school. People that are older, they want to drink something that's a lot more simpler, they feel, instead of these fruity drinks people make drinking now. So one of the most famous places that you can go today is in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Old Smoky Moonshine Distillery. That's probably the most relevant place you can go and find some. So that's all I got for you. If you have any questions, just feel free to leave me a comment or whatever, and I'll get back to you. Thank you.